We see the goal. Hey everybody, D Crafter One Jax, Gina Blitzy, Missy B, Wanda, Dimitri, Lanita, Diane, Daisy B, Mary D, Corinne, LCT, Martha, Celine, Marshall, Precious Pieces, J.A. Ballard, Martha, Marilyn, Bevy Jean, Valerie, Eveline, Jean, Rosalind, hey, Lady Bear, Tammy Elevate, Marilyn Barber. Hello to everyone. Can y'all see it good or no? It's one goal, but I want you to be able to answer these two questions when this live is over. To compare and contrast infusible ink and sublimation. And I want you to be able to answer these two questions once the live has ended. The first one is, how are they alike? And the second one is, how are they different? Y'all hear me well? Hey, Craft Therapy, Cheryl, Uzel, Jenny, Priscilla, Timmy's Tumblers and Designs LLC, Aunt Wanda. Hey, Katrina's Creations Lab, Cat Girl Forever. Cat Girl Forever, have you ever had a dog? Hey, Carmen, Jonda, India Arts Creations, hello. Hey, G, Denise, Samantha, hey, good to see you. Hey, Michelle, tell your grandson, don't whoa, boy. Okay, Nikki, Coca-Cola, Sonnet, hey, Valencia, hey, y'all. Can y'all see the goal? Can y'all see it very well? And can you hear me well? Y'all know my stuff don't always be working right. Lisa B, did you get a card from me? Hey, Linda Tolbert. Hey, Rosetta. Goal is perfect. Okay, thank you. Several, and you still gonna be a cat girl? Okay. All right. Hey, Rachel. Yes, you, Lisa B. Hey, Danielle, let me let y'all say hi to him because he's gonna go bananas. He's already crying because I haven't picked him up yet. Come on, hey, Zelda. Go on, say hi to the people. Show them your lips. Say hi to the people. That's the people. Look. Look right there. Say hi to the people. Hey. Say hi to the people. Hey, happy birthday, Aunt Wanda. Tell Aunt Wanda happy birthday. You want to sing happy birthday to Aunt Wanda? Happy. Want to sing it in our old lady voice? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Wanda. Happy birthday to you. And many more on Channel 4 and Scooby-Doo on Channel 2. Does that sound good or no? That sound really, really good for Aunt Wanda. We were singing in our old lady voice because we have an old lady voice, even though you're not an old lady. Y'all didn't sing that? Y'all didn't sing it like that? There's a longer version now because we can get into it now. I used to sing one to my stepdad, but I didn't want to offend you because it can get real offensive. Something about a zoo. Doing too much. Hey, Marlene. Let y'all see. This is for, I'm gonna change my name to Delonda Cat Lady Forever. I'm changing my name today. Delonda Cat Lady Forever. Okay. And I won't even have to explain it. I'll just say, somebody says, why is your name Cat Lady Forever? I thought you had a dog. I'm gonna say, go back and look at the live from March 25th. Okay. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how we can handle it, because I don't even have to explain this. There's literally no reason for this behavior. Delonda Cat Lady Forever. Okay? That's it. All right? Okay? That's it. All right? Okay? That's it. That's it. It's already decided. Okay? So that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's decided. Okay? Because you're doing too much at this moment, okay? Because you have no reason. Hi, everybody. You want a treat? But you have to sit. Are you sitting? Are you sitting? See, that's the only reason he'll sit. Sit. And stop. You're embarrassing yourself. You're making dogs all around the world look bad. And Kristen just said it was National Puppy Day last week. I'm going to put your back up against the wall in front of all of these people, or because that's what I have to do. Let me put his back up against the wall. Come on, put your back up. Oh, get down. Come on, put your back up against the wall. Now you got your back up against the wall because of your behavior. Okay. And we're back. We're back. Okay. All right. So let's get started with the giveaway. And I'm going to put him, I'll give him a treat once he goes on the leash, because Kristen and Mary Brown, because I'm sure y'all going to be in the, why'd you put his back up against the wall? You hurt his feelings. His back is sensitive. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Okay? Nobody wants to hear that. You hurt his feelings. You embarrassed him. You put his back against the wall in front of everybody. He didn't like that. He don't want his back against the wall on a Tuesday. What. We don't want to hear it. Okay? We don't want to hear that. Hi, Diane. Thank you, Addie G. Cat girl forever, you want a dog? Jello, Stephanie Gaines. All right, let's get into the giveaway, because I can't take it. I don't even know what is going on in my life. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but I won't do it again. Okay, whatever I did to deserve that, I will not be doing it again. Okay. Thank you, Keisha Ross. Thank you so much. Share. Start collecting. All right. JB, Mr. Long-Winded. Okay. Look, Kiki. Thank you, Kristen. All right. The giveaway, let me make sure I have this up, is only open to U.S. residents, and it is for UV DTF transfers of my logo. So good luck to everyone. After we do the giveaway, we'll get into the things. Okay. Thank y'all for being here today. All right. Let's see how things are going. All right. Oh, Lord. All right. Let's see where we are. Let's go ahead and get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's draw. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. Vat Tay Is it Vate or Vate? Tell me, because it sounds real fancy, real fancy. Okay, Vate. This is my email address. Please send me your mail. That's my email address. Send me your mailing address. That's my email address. Send me your mailing address. You have 48 hours to do that, and I will make sure to send the UV DTF logos out to you. Okay. Congratulations to Vate. Now that's a new name for me, so it's not a name I've seen before. So I'm gonna put this up and then we'll go back. All right. Let me start out by saying thank you. Over the past 2 days, you guys, I have honestly, I think I've cried a lot. I have cried a lot. They've all been very happy tears. Um, I did not really get to share the information here on YouTube the way I would have liked to, and I apologize for that. But a lot of you know that I did release a mystery box, and it was available for 2 days. And on the very first day, there were 60 boxes available, and those 60 boxes were gone within 8 minutes. So I was excited and overwhelmed and um, grateful and just in disbelief with all the outpouring of love and support for me. So if you were one of the people who, tried the first day to get a box and you got one, or even if you just tried, thank you. Thank you so much. And then today, the boxes were released again. And what I didn't tell anyone in advance was that um, there would be 60 boxes instead of 40. And the reason why we kind of decided to do that at the last minute, I asked Atlanta Vinyl if they would consider doing 60 boxes because I wanted everybody to have a chance to get a box. And if everybody was under the assumption that there were 40, the 40 would go be fine. And if there were 20 left over, they still hadn't been made, those 20 could be made to order. And that company, Atlanta Vinyl, would not be left with any boxes, because that was my goal, for them to not be left with one single solitary box. Well, I would say to my surprise and to theirs, those 60 boxes sold out in 6 minutes. So they went even faster than the original 60 boxes. So once again, I was overwhelmed and, emotional and thankful and all the things. But all of the boxes are sold out, and I'm grateful, and, I'm excited about this venture. I am appreciative of, you for supporting me in that way, and for, being excited as I am about getting a mystery box. And we're going to be crafting together soon. So I'm very, very, very excited about that. And I'm grateful to you. And I'm going to have a third box. No, that was all of them, Lisa B. That was all of them. I'm sorry, Katrina. They went so fast. They went so fast. They went faster than I could have imagined. So um, I don't think, you know, I was ready for it. But let me also say, if you didn't hear my message yesterday, please consider writing a thank you card to the team at Atlanta Vinyl. They did work very hard to, get the boxes out. The first day, like I said, 60 orders were placed, and they shipped out 58 boxes in one day. So I don't know if you can even wrap your head around that, but that's phenomenal. And so they're working hard today to get these other 60 out, or however many they can get out, because the official unboxing is April 1st, which is next Tuesday at 5:30. Okay, so I'm excited. I'm very excited about that. All right. Okay, so let's get into the things. And hopefully y'all have your craft journals, because the way that I structured this live in my mind, We're going to talk about it in an order that will help you understand how infusible ink are different and how they are alike. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Aw. So that happened to a lot of people, Lisa B. And then, like, for example, some people made a mistake and ordered two, and then once their order was canceled, somebody was able to just quickly place an order. So that was good that that worked out. All right, so um, there's that. All right, so what we're doing today is looking at the difference between infusible ink. Thank y'all for doing that. Infusible ink and sublimation. And I think that if you've been on this journey with me, you've heard me talk a lot about infusible ink. I really do love infusible ink a lot. I just think that I think it's one of those unsung heroes. I think it's underrated. I don't think people really um, have a full grasp of the beauty of what you can do with infusible ink. Thank you, Kathy. Because it's so good. It is just really, really good. I want to show you some examples of infusible ink, and then we're going to talk about how infusible ink, how it's just like sublimation. But let's look at some examples of infusible ink. Now, let me get my box of infusible ink first. I don't know why I didn't already have it over there, but don't worry. Now this is just one box of infusible ink that I have. I have several boxes, but this right here is don't worry about that. This is just my patterned infusible ink. I have a separate box for my solids, and then I have a box that has my smaller boxes of infusible ink. Hey, Brenda. So this is what infusible ink looks like. It comes in a box that looks, like this. Let me give you an example. Like here's one that's very popular, right? And with this box of infusible ink, you can see that it comes with 4 sheets in a box. And these patterns that you see right here, these let you know what the patterns look like. So with this, there is like a solid, then there's a stripe, then there's a mermaid, then there's a green. And when you take the infusible ink out of the package, it looks really dull. It looks super, super, super dull. Hey, Nicole. And it's hard to imagine that anything that looks so dull could produce such nice, vibrant images. But once you add heat to the infusible ink, it just takes it to a whole other level. Thank you, Louise. So this is one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites, I don't even know if I have it in here. I think I used it all because I didn't buy much of it. I don't think I have it. I don't. This is a popular one at Christmas time. The difference between this box and this box is that this box has 2 sheets. This one has 4 sheets. See the difference? Okay, so Patrice CD. Okay, so that's one thing. I don't see the one that I fell in love with over the summertime. I think it's this one right here. I think I only bought 1 or 2 boxes of this, and I used both of them because they're just so pretty. But this is one I don't see it often. This one is called Patterns Western Sweetheart. It's so pretty to me, right? And it tells you right there on the box that you should press it at 400 degrees. Okay, so this is like one of my favorites. So just know infusible ink comes in a box like that. You can also, hey from Liverpool, hey Ruth, thank y'all for being here. Please remember to like the video as you jump in. Now, because I love infusible ink so much, I do buy it a lot. And I probably, honestly, we're going to talk about that, Elaine. You can do it with a hack. Hey, Creative Notions. I don't see it that often, Kathy. I found it one time in Michael's. That's the only time I've seen it. I don't even think I've seen it on Amazon. I bought it. I bought that box from Michael's. Because I love infusible ink so much, I have a lot of it. And I have a lot of it for a reason, because it's really good to me. It's just my opinion. So a lot of these in here are my solids, but I've kind of had to mix some of my patterns in here. This is a recent one that I purchased. I got this one from Joann, because you know they're going out of business. Of course, I have red. I don't know what I did right here, but let me show you some of the smaller packages. This one right here is very pretty too. This one is called Patterns Galactic Stars. Okay. But you can, like, don't be afraid to buy the smaller boxes. Let me show you what they look like, because they're at the bottom. So all of my smaller boxes are down here. You did, Ron. You did? You found it on clearance? I might have to go back, but I honestly, I'm trying to do better. I promise I'm trying to do better. But here are some of the smaller boxes. And you can see even that mermaid pattern, it comes in the smaller boxes too. So most of these ones that you can get with the big sheets, you can also get them with the smaller boxes. And right now on the Cricut website, they're having a really, really good sale on their infusible ink. A lot of the boxes that have 4 sheets. Now, I'm a 4-sheet girl. I love a 4-sheet box. I love a 4-sheet box. When there's a 4 on it like that, and I find it for less than $10, I get it. On the Cricut website, I've seen some of the 4-sheet boxes right now today. I'm not even joking. I did a little bit of shopping today. I saw some for like $6.97. That's a really good deal. That's a really, really good deal. $6.97 for 4 sheets. That's a really good deal. You cannot beat that. Okay, so just word to the wise. Okay, so infusible ink, if you're taking notes, infusible ink comes in a box like that. Infusible ink is Cricut's term. They own that. If you see other patterns of sublimation sheets on Amazon, and they might call them sublimation sheets, they can't call theirs infusible ink. It really does the same thing, but I have not tried an off-brand. Okay, I have not tried an off-brand. I've only used the Cricut brand because I just really like it. Now, let me show you some examples of projects you can make with infusible ink, projects that I've made with infusible ink. Let me move all my stuff back over here because I just made a little mess. And I'm going to try to do better with keeping this together. Okay. So a lot of what I made are shirts, but you know, you can make a lot of different stuff with infusible ink. So this is one of my templates that is on my Etsy shop. It's in my Etsy shop. This is infusible ink. Okay, it's just red and black and blue. Okay, you could do like you could just layer it, right? It's just infusible ink. Okay, so that's one example. This right here is infusible ink. This is a sheet of green and a sheet of that red, and I just layered it. Okay. Good. Marble set. Okay. Thank you, Nicole. This is infusible ink. Crafting forever, housework whenever. This one right here, I think is, I want to say it came from this mermaid box. It's like a combination of this want to say it came from there because look at the stripes. The stripes remind me, it makes me feel like it's this. Okay, crafting forever, housework whenever. This file came from Design Bundles. Okay, um, this one right here is Infusible Ink. This is that mermaid pattern. Right, this is my template that's on in my Etsy shop. So I use and I did this one live. I'm pretty sure I did this one live. This is the mermaid pattern, and then I think I used like a dark blue or a black for the scripture. Okay, so it's not, you with using Infusible Ink, you're not just limited to shirts. You can make tumblers, you can make coasters, you can make bags, you can make any kind of blank that you can use with sublimation. You can use Infusible Ink. So here is a tumbler that I made using Infusible Ink. This is just a cricut mug, one of those, just a 15-ounce beveled mug. I use my PYD Life tumbler press for this, and I just layered it. So it's just my name in green and red. Oh, good, Alicia. Okay, y'all remember that? So that's Infusible Ink. You know, it's not going anywhere. This can be washed in the dishwasher. It can be put in the microwave. The ink is not going anywhere, right? Now, of course, it would have been a billion times easier to sublimate this, right? If I would have just made the image in Cricut Design Space and I would have sublimated it, it would have been 100 times easier. However, it wouldn't have been as cheap as this, right? Because with sublimation, you know, you need all the stuff, and with Infusible Ink, you don't. This right here was made with Infusible Ink, right? It's just a sheet of Infusible Ink, and I use my Go-To Craft tumbler press, and you know, I did have ghosting down here, but I would still drink out of this. Okay, so, and the sheet, I think it was this. Oh, it was this one. That's what this is. Okay. And this was not even a full sheet. I still had some Infusible Ink left when I made this, right? And that was recent. Okay. So Infusible Ink, it works a lot like sublimation ink. You just have a little bit of limitations. Okay. So the things I want you to know about Infusible Ink. So you saw all those different project ideas, right? I want you to know that Infusible Ink is just like sublimation. With Infusible Ink, it does require high heat. So you're going to need, thank you, Kathy. You are going to need a heat source that's going to be able to reach the high temperature so that when you press it, it's going to, you know, infuse into the fabric. With Infusible Ink, the colors won't fade, just like with sublimation. You can use it on cotton with a hack, but I honestly don't want to get into hacks, because if you are just getting started with sublimation, or you're just getting started with crafting, you've mastered using, you know, heat transfer vinyl, and you've made stickers, and now you're ready to move on to something that requires, you know, higher heat and, you know, specific blanks. I will, until I lay my head down forever, I would highly suggest that you start with Infusible Ink. Stephanie, we're going to do a project. Okay. I'm going to show you. Okay. So I would highly suggest you start with Infusible Ink. Above anything, I highly suggest you start with Infusible Ink. Okay. All right. So the color is infused into the fabric. The colors won't fade. It's intended, just like with sublimation, it's intended for white or light colored polyester. So when you look at my shirts, most of these shirts, and this is just a side note, most of these shirts are, when I, story time, when I first got started using Infusible Ink, I sure do, Missy. When I first got started with the Infusible ink, I used to always swear by the Cricut brand of shirts. I really did. I love the Cricut brand shirts. Like I was all about the Cricut shirts, girl. And then I found Make Market, and there hasn't been any going back. I actually, not even exaggerating, and if you don't believe me, I can go get it. I have a full plastic bin of Cricut shirts that haven't been touched since I found the Make Market brand. Thank you, Karen. So this is the Make Market brand. They make these. This is a Michaels brand. They are cheaper online. They are 100% polyester. 100% polyester. They are true to size. You don't have to like. So if you typically wear a medium, you don't have to get a large. If you typically wear a large, you don't have to get an extra large. And I honestly feel like with Cricut shirts, if you typically wear a medium, you might have to even get an extra large because they run small. I feel like they run small. So this is a Make Market shirt. And, you know, I feel like when I wear it, it's a little bit big, but I do feel like they are good, you know, good with the sizing. Okay. They do. They run true to size. I like them a lot. So just know that if you are, you know, getting started and you want to start with shirts, I suggest the Make Market brand, but you can make your own decision about that. Okay. Just my advice. But when I first started, like I said, I really did. I was get a Cricut shirt. Cricut shirts are good. Cricut shirts are still good. There, I'm I'm not saying don't ever buy a Cricut shirt. You can, but they run small, and that kind of messes with your self-esteem. Like Cricut, like look here, I've been working out. What you mean I need a 2X? What you talking about? Well, I've been working out hard. Okay, they mess with your self-esteem. Okay, they do sell out fast, but it's cheaper. They are cheaper online than they are in the store. Okay, all right. You can sublimate on them. Everything you can do with infusible ink, you can do with sublimation. Okay, so are we clear about that? If you're taking notes, I really want you to have a full understanding of what you can do with infusible ink. You can make coasters, you can make shirts, you can make bags, anything, pretty much any kind of blank that you can use for sublimation, you can use it with infusible ink. Okay, everything that you can do. I've sublimated on a Cricut mug. I have sublimated on a tumbler. I have sublimated on shirts, but I've also done projects where I've used infusible ink. Have you heard me say that I need a printer with infusible ink? Have you heard me say that? Have you heard me say that? Have you heard me say I need a printer? No, because you don't. Everything you need really is in this box. You will need a heat source that will reach, they suggest 400 degrees, but I've even done it with 385, but you do need a heat source. It doesn't have to be a heat press. It can be a Cricut Easy Press. I don't have a Cricut Easy Press anymore. My son took my HTB Ront 1 and he took my Cricut Easy Press, okay, because that's what he likes to use when he's making stoves, and I didn't have a problem with that. All right, so now let's look at some sublimation blanks, and we're going to see how it's a little bit different. Before we do, though, let me look at something. I want to show you something. Let's look at this shirt right here. Let me move this banner. Okay. Do you see how the ink is in the fabric? Do you see that? How the ink is in there? It's not going anywhere. I can wash this. I can wash it a whole bunch of times, and the ink is not going anywhere. You see that? It's in there. It didn't bleed through. It's not going anywhere, right? The ink is in there. And that is just like with sublimation. When you sublimate on a whatever, the ink is in there. It's not going anywhere. I can put this in the dishwasher if I want to, right? I can take this lid off and I can put this in the dishwasher if I want to. I can put this in the dishwasher if I want to. The ink is not, it's not going anywhere. Let's look at some sublimation um, shirts. Okay, so here are some shirts that I've sublimated. Okay, so here's this one is a cricut shirt. Okay, so I did this one at Christmas time, maybe last year or year before last. Okay, so you can see the ink is in there. The ink is not going anywhere. See that? There's my son, my husband. The ink is not going anywhere, right? Here's a cricut shirt. These are my early shirts, right? So the ink is in there. The ink is not going anywhere. See that? This is just all my kids' names. Miles, Madison, Morgan. Ink is in there. It's not going anywhere. Sublimation. See that? Doesn't. Mine doesn't. See that? Okay, the colors are still very vibrant. Now, I will be honest and say of all of the ones I've washed, I probably have washed this one the most because I've worn this one the most. Okay, so the colors, they're not going anywhere. I made this one with my Romeo. Okay, so what do you notice as the difference right away? Right away, what do you notice as the difference? Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Alicia. What's the first difference you notice? Thank you, Mimi S. Pictures. There are pictures. In all of my sublimated shirts, there are pictures. And with my infusible ink, there are no pictures. And that is the major difference. With sublimation, I can make pictures, and because I'm going to need a printer. With infusible ink, I can't do that. I can't make this with infusible ink, right? There's no way for me to put my photo in infusible ink. That is the major difference. That's one of the major differences, but that's the first thing that you'll notice. So you see pictures, and my other, you saw here, picture, you saw right here. This is words, but it would be virtually impossible to layer this, right? I would have to weed all of this out. It would be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare. I can't make this with infusible ink, or if I did, it would be hard. It would be hard to get all those little dots, right? And try to layer it in there. Right here, I can't make this with infusible ink. I can only do this with sublimation. With everything I showed you over here, it's really just text. It's a lot of text. If I wanted to make a butterfly and I wanted it to have some kind of gradient, I would have to use like a patterned infusible ink. Okay. So see the difference? It's mostly text. Okay. You can create different designs. Okay. So how y'all feeling so far? Because I think that, people are like, oh, I got my infusible ink, I'm ready to get started. But you have to really understand that infusible ink, while it's beautiful, you're going to get vibrant image, vibrant colors, you're going to go through the sublimation process, you do have a limit. Okay. All right, good. All right. So here are some other sublimation projects. So now I made this with sublimation. I use a tumbler press, and I sublimated this tumbler. This is another sublimation. Right, I can't make this with infusible ink. I can't do this with infusible ink. Here's another one. I can't do this with infusible ink. This was all done with pictures. Okay. All right. All of this, so we see the difference. Sublimation, infusible ink. Okay. Hey, Brandon. Thank you for being here. All right. So we know infusible ink, it comes in a box. It's gonna, it's gonna look dull at first. It's still gonna give us nice. Oh yeah, you remember Hammer Time? You have, Danielle? I think once you use infusible ink for the first time, you're gonna love it. I'm gonna put these over here. I'll fold these back up later, y'all. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I think once you use infusible ink for the first time, I really do think you'll love it. I love infusible ink. You love the owl ones. Thank you. I love the owl ones too. I meant to give them. I thought I meant to give them to some. I forgot what I was supposed to do with them, but I didn't. Hey, Jennifer. We're gonna start with 2 infusible ink projects first because I want you to really see how vibrant they are. Would you like for me to do a tumbler? Would you like to do a full wrap tumbler? Okay. I don't want to happy birthday again. Let me know if you want to hear the extended version of the birthday song. Do a tumbler, okay. Now, I will say that with the pens, I don't love the pens. I think they're nice. I have made a few things with the pens. I don't love them. And maybe it's because of me, maybe because I haven't really mastered it yet, but I don't love the pens. I do love the sheets. You can use it on colors, Corey, but it's really with a hack. And I don't suggest getting into hacks right away. I really don't. I really don't suggest getting into hacks. Hacks are for more advanced or more experienced crafters because crafting by itself, just crafting by itself, it'll frustrate you sometimes. And thinking about, I'm already frustrated with the little bit that I know. Now throw in something that I'm really not supposed to be doing. And now I got to learn how to do that too. I just think don't start there. Don't start there. Layering is, to me, don't even start with layering. Start with basics. Start with basics, Valencia. I have layered, but I would not start there. Okay. This is like a layering project. This took a long time. Thanks to the magic of video editing, I was able to speed that part up, but I don't suggest starting there. Okay. I do not suggest starting there. Yeah. All right. So let's start with something simple first. My advice. Here's another piece of my advice. If you're taking notes, my advice for starting with infusible ink is to start with something flat. Start with something flat. Start with something small. Start with something simple. And the easiest, flattest, most simple thing to start with is a Cricut coaster. That is my opinion. And you can take it or leave it. Hopefully you take it. So Cricut coasters, I just bought some from Amazon. So these right here. Thank you, Myra. Start with these. Hey, Meredith, start with these. These are the easiest things to start with. And they don't have to be the Cricut brand because you could get nice coasters from Michaels and from Hobby Lobby that are like sublimation coasters. But like it tells you, right? Compatible with infusible ink. All of Cricut's compatible with infusible ink materials are compatible with sublimation, right? So I'm gonna cut this open and we're gonna start with this. Check your blanks. Hey, Angel B. All right, let me y'all, hopefully I can log in. If you're taking notes, another thing I want you to write down is that with infusible ink, you're going to be using cut files or SVGs. So if you've never used infusible ink before, please write that down. If you're using infusible ink, you should be using cut files or SVGs. Okay. Good, Jenny. Okay, SVGs or cut files. Okay. Let me see. With infusible ink, you definitely want to be careful about the kind of file you're using because you're going to be weeding that. Oh, that's so cute. All right, let me share my screen. Present, share screen, go to the window. Can't type. Yeah, you're going to need heat resistant gloves. All right, so I just typed in drinks over here and down to day drink. Let me see what else pops up. I like this. I have mixed drinks about feelings. I like that. I think it's so funny. All right, so let's just say I want to go with this, right? And you know, the first thing I would do is look at the size of the coaster. So this is, let's see what size they say they are, 3.75 by 3.75. So I know that my design has to be smaller than that, smaller than 3.75. So I might make it like 3.7, right? Just to be on the safe side. So I could just bring it down like this. Or I can come up here and just do 3.7, right? Like that. Now I do think that's kind of small, 3.7. Let me unlock this and then kind of make it a little bit taller. I like it. I like that. I think it's perfectly fine. And so over here, I can see that this file is a basic cut. That's exactly what I want. I want this to be a basic cut. It's just going to be one, basically one layer because I'm using one color. So I'm going to go with that and I'll click make. I'm going to say don't save. I want this on the mat. I'll click remember, confirm. And with infusible ink, now with everything really, I do like to move my material down. And I'm also going to click on continue. Hold on, let me see if I don't know about y'all, but I have to keep mine connected with the USB. It will not connect via I lied. I made that up. I just made that up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Cricket, you're so funny. You're just so funny. Hold on 1 second. Let me say something to this Cricket. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. And we're back. We're back. Okay, I'm going to select Cricut Infusible Ink Transfer Sheet. It's going to mirror it automatically for me, okay? And I'm going to grab my mat and put the infusible ink on the mat. Okay. Let's get a sheet of infusible ink. Oh, you're so funny, Cricket. I mean, you just be doing your big one, don't you? Look at you. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this one today. I made that up. Everything I said, I made that up. It was a lie. It's me. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. It's me. Clearly, it's me. It's me. It's not smart. It's me. I made that up. It is clearly me. I made that up. All right, I'm keeping it on default pressure. And let me stop sharing so I can show you how I'm going to do this. All right, so look, I saw that too. Here's the infusible ink. Here's my mat. I'm just going to put this on the mat face up. So I'm going to take my infusible ink, put it on the mat. Do I want to use this color? I think I want to use this green. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Sometimes I like to go over it with a brayer. Brayer, right? Just kind of like roll over it, right? Brayer. Okay. Now y'all can't see that. The infusible ink is on the mat face up. The infusible ink is on the mat face up. However, the image is mirrored. Okay. The image is mirrored. Okay. All right, Lanita. It was me, Gina B. We're not blaming Cricut. It was definitely me. I made that up. I lied. I made that up. Okay, so now I'm going to press go. I have the heat press heating up to 385 for 60 seconds, but let me double check the Cricut website to see what I should be doing, because maybe double check the temperature. So I am using Infusible Ink Transfer Sheet. My base material is a square coaster. Apply. It's 400 degrees for 60 seconds. So 400 degrees, 60 seconds. It was me, Sonny. I made that up. I'm going to cut this open. I made that up. It was totally me. It's totally not them. I just felt like, it's Tuesday. Why not just go ahead and make up something about Cricut and just lie? Like, why not, So it was me. It was not them. Totally not them. On Tuesdays, I like to just make up just a variety of lies about stuff. So Tuesday, why not? I just like to do that. So that's what I do on Tuesdays. Okay. Thank you, Renee. Okay. I like to do that. I just find that Tuesdays, if you are going to lie, Tuesdays is the best day to do it. So just went ahead and did it. Totally not them. Totally. Okay. I like just making up just like different lies about stuff. Today was just, crickets. Okay, so here's the coaster, and I set the temperature to 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I like to do quick pre-press. I'm not going to do it just yet. Thank you, Krista. It doesn't make the noise when you're when you're ready to get the car fixed. Hey, Oba. No, you don't have to click on mirror, because if you choose Infusible Ink, it'll mirror automatically. Now, let me also say, so it stopped cutting, right? So before you remove the mat from the machine, double check that it cut all the way through. On the website, it says 60 seconds. Before you remove the mat from the machine, double check that it cut all the way through. The ceramic coasters are more, but this is the square coaster. These are not. These are 60 seconds. All right, so I feel like it did cut all the way through, so I'm gonna take it off. I know you can't really tell, but it's cut. So now I'm just gonna take my little finger knife and I'm just going to cut around where it cut. I'm gonna take my little finger knife and cut right here and go this way and cut that. Okay, that's what I'm getting ready to do. And I'm actually cutting right on the mat, and I've never cut through a mat in my entire existence. Okay, so if you're wondering, like, Delonda, haven't you cut through a mat? No, and if you have, you need to ease up. Okay, you're doing too much. I need you to take a little nap because you're using too much of your strength. Okay. I know it was me, Missy. Stop saying that. That's not true. It was totally me. Okay. All right. So here's my little design. Now with infusible ink, you weed it with your fingers. You don't even need a weeding tool, right? So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to try to remove it from the backing. So the backing is sticky. So see that? And I'm just going to try to peel this off. Look at that. See how that's cutting? See that? Now you definitely want to be careful. So look, I can see one letter still on here. So be careful about that. The X is still on here. So let me get it off and put it back on there where it goes. Is it, so that is infusible ink thicker than normal? The difference, Bobby, is that you can use it on polyester. That's really what the goal is. You know, it's like intended to be used like sublimation. So right here, now I can go ahead and take this from the mat and just try to get the rest of these letters weeded. So I'm going to show you that because I want you to see it. I don't want y'all to be afraid to use it. I hear people say all the time, I have all this infusible ink and I'm scared to use it. Like, don't be afraid of it. Give it a try. And guess what? Even if you make a mistake, you're going to learn from your mistake. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from a dummy. Okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Look at that. Oh, my X fell off again. Where's my X? Don't lie if you took it. Don't lie. Where's my X? Where is my X? And when I say X, I'm talking about the letter, honey, not the, oh, right here. I don't need the actual X, honey. Stay where you are, baby. Stay exactly where you are. Yeah, you stay right on over there. I'm talking about the letter X. Let's be clear. You're like, I heard you looking for me. Here I go. I wasn't. My T. I wasn't looking for you. Trust me. Oh, my T. Well, trust me. Okay. Look, somebody done lied. It is Lie Tuesday, so you never know. You never know. Okay, look. So look, there's that. And then I'm still going to try to get all of these little pieces from in here. Now, with infusible ink, I highly suggest that you be careful because, you know, the smaller the pieces are, the better you have to be at weeding those little pieces out. And if you have adult-sized fingers, that could be a challenge. Now, if your fingers are the same size as your 3-year-old, then you good. You good. You great. You're gonna be fine. Okay, but if you've grown into your fingers, you might have a problem. Look at her. She done grew into her fingers. Okay. When you grow into your fingers, you have to weed this stuff. No problem. The girl is crazy. Don't worry about if I'm crazy. Worry about if you crazy, okay? All right, look. Okay. So I think I got it. See that? I have mixed drinks about feelings. I think I weeded all of it out, right? And I can look here and I can, double check myself. Did I weed it? Did I weed it? Did I get it? I got it. It's good. It's really, really good, right? Thank you, Chris. Awesome. I can't wait to see you try it out. And I've been asking every day about getting more, but their focus right now is on the mystery box. So I'm trying to be patient while they get more. Okay, look. So look, there's that. Now I'm going to do a quick pre-press. Now you will need gloves, and I do suggest using butcher paper. Infusible ink does come with butcher paper in the box. I don't really use it often because in my opinion, where's my in my opinion shirt? In my opinion, the infusible ink that comes in the box is very thin. Okay, but here it is. Okay, it comes in the box. Now, look at the color of this infusible ink. You see how bright this is? See how light this color is? This is the blue. Look at the green. See the green that came in the box? This is the yellow that came in the box. You see how it looks like distressed and light color? You see that? Y'all see how light the colors are? See that? Yes, okay. But when I press this, it's going to get darker. Let me do a quick pre-press on my sheet. I only did like 3 seconds. It's fine. Now I'm going to take my little image and put it on top of the coaster. Ooh, hot. How you feeling? Hot. How you feeling? Hot. How you feeling? Hot. How you feeling? Hot. Gloves. I want you to see what it looks like before I press it. Okay, see that? So I have the design on the coaster. It's face down. The colored side of the infusible ink is what is on the coaster, right? That's what's on there. And I'll use the butcher paper from here today. I'm just going to take a piece of this butcher paper and put it on top, and I'm going to press start. I'm going to press that for 60 seconds on 400 degrees. Me too, Alicia. All right. Hey, Lanita. Okay. What did Rachel say? She ain't scrolling nothing with these gloves, baby. These gloves are not that. Try it, Tammy. Try it. I would say try it. Thank you, Andrea. We go to the dentist every 6 months. And I use story time. I use Walmart whitening. Walmart whitening. That's what I use. I don't not the I tried that Crest whitening. I use Walmart whitening, baby girl. Thank you so much. There's a little Walmart whitening. Okay, so I'm doing 400 degrees for 60 seconds. Gloves, butcher paper, infusible ink. You saw that the infusible ink looked like this before I pressed it, right? This was the color, right? Right? Bueller. Bueller. Okay. You ready to see it? You ready to see it? See that? I have mixed drinks about feelings. So it went from this to this. And this is not going anywhere. It's not, I mean, I wouldn't want to do that, but I could, right? So there's that. It's nothing, I don't want you to be afraid of trying infusible ink. I want you to try infusible ink. But do you see what the color did? See, the color is not vibrant until the heat hits it. Okay, the color is not vibrant until it gets to that heat. All right, you want to do a tumbler next? Stephanie, I know for a fact I've had a lot of this infusible ink for, what year is this? 2020. I know I've had a lot of this for at least 3 or 4 years. I know I have. I know I have. And it's perfectly fine. I don't see an expiration date. It's just sheets. Now, I have heard people say that when you're finished, or when you finish using whatever, that you're supposed to put it back in the plastic bag, because it does come like in a bag like this. You're supposed to put it back in the bag, but I don't always put mine back in the bag. And when you saw me take this out today, it wasn't in a bag. The coaster is I don't know, it's a cricut coaster. This it doesn't say. I didn't use tape because this already has a sticky backing on it. This is me trying to do better with reading my comments. She's in her comment reading era. See that? It's sticky. It already had. Don't worry about if my thread is sticking up. Worry about if your thread is sticking up. It already has a sticky backing, and I didn't feel like I needed to tape it down. Okay. Okay. Tumbler, y'all ready for Tumbler? All right. So with the Tumbler, now I've said this before, and I did do when I talked about the tutorial that I did with this. You can make 2 tumblers depending on the design, right? So I'm going to use, in my opinion, here's my opinion. I'm going to give you a lot of my opinion today. When you're making a tumbler with infusible ink, I think it just makes sense to use a like a pattern, because you want the tumbler to be, it would be plain if it was just all black or all red or all green. It would be a little bit plain and boring. So I suggest using a pattern. Okay. Hey, Miss Joyce. All right, so let me get my, I am going to use my Go-To Craft Auto Tumbler Press. Do y'all have your craft journals out? Y'all have your craft journals out? Okay, because I want you to write this down. I don't need this right now. They can, but it's boring. Okay. The first thing you're going to do, because you're going to be using your cutter, right? I'm using my cutter for this. The first thing you're going to do is measure the tumbler. So depending on what size tumbler you're using, you want to measure the tumbler first. So let me go get a tumbler from in this room back here that's becoming an overflow room. And the first thing I'm going to do is measure the tumbler. I'm going to be using a tape measure. I'm going to use this one right here. I'm just going to measure my tumbler. So the first thing you're going to do, you're not going to look at my measurements. You're going to look at your measurements and you're going to measure your tumbler. Let me get a tumbler. Definitely need gloves for this. Measure your tumbler. It's the first step. And you don't need to be worried about my measurements. Even if you're using the exact same tumbler I'm using. No, Momo Girl did not. Even if you're using the exact same tumbler I'm using, still measure yours. Okay, so here's a 20-ounce tumbler. There's nothing inside. I've taken the lid off, the little piece that the adhesive, whatever, the silicone that goes in the bottom, there's nothing, right? So what I'm going, okay, Eve, take good care. All right, so you're going to measure the width and the height. The width and the height. To measure the height, you're going to start at the top, whatever, tape measure you're using, start at the top and go all the way to the bottom. So right here, mine is 8 inches. Okay, mine is 8 inches right here. The height of my tumbler is 8 inches. Okay, be safe, Keisha. All right. So I would, in my mind, I would write that down, or I would, remember it, whatever. I would type it in Cricut Design Space. The next thing is I'm going to measure the width. The width is how far around, right? Because I want to make a full wrap tumbler. So I'm going to take my tape measure. I'm going all the way around, right? Now this really only works if you're using skinny tumblers, not those tapered tumblers. I don't use tapered tumblers. I don't use any. I want to know who created tapered tumblers. Okay. I want to have a talk with them. I want to talk about what else they've created and why. Like, what made them sit down and just be like, you know what? We're going to create a tumbler that's going to be hard to sublimate, hard to measure, hard to figure out. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to know. Okay, that's my first question. Okay, so anyway, this is a straight tumbler, and I'm just going to go around, and this one is right at 9.3. Okay, so I'm looking right here. There's 9 point, let me look at it again. You know, do it tight. 9.3. Okay, 9.3. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. Okay, so 8 by 9.3. And even if, probably the same person, even if you're using these exact same tumblers, you still need to measure yours. So don't ask me what my size was. Don't say, Delonda, what were your measurements? Don't worry about it. Use your measurements. Okay? Okay. What was the question? We could talk about it later, Momo girl, but when I looked at your it didn't look like you, it said it hasn't answered any questions. So yeah, it's like 4 questions you have to answer to enter the Facebook group, and we keep it like that for everyone. It doesn't matter who they are. So I'll give you an example. Patrick Ali from Caesar, he's in my Facebook group, and he had to answer those questions too, because even my sister, who we have the same mother, right? She had to answer those questions too, because we want everybody to be clear about the rules. And it doesn't matter if you have nothing going on or everything going on. We want everybody to have the same rules in the Facebook group. Okay. All right. So I've done that. Now I have those measurements, 9 by 8.3. So I will go back to Cricut Design Space, and that's what I will put in to make a rectangle. Okay, that's what I do. So I'm going to go to Cricut Design Space. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me click done, and I'm going to open it back up, and let me share with you. Share, go to the window, share, hide. All right, so here we are, right? So I'm finished with this, or I can just delete that. So I will go over here. So first thing you're going to do is measure your tumbler. The second thing you're going to get the tumbler, you're going to measure it, the height and the width. Then the next thing you're going to do is I will go over here to shapes, and then you're going to create a shape that matches those measurements. So right here, I would just choose a square, because you don't need the rounded corners. You actually want the square corners, okay? Okay, right here. So I will close this out, and then right here, I will go to unlock. And then for the width, I would type in the width that I just had. So mine was 8.3. So I will go right here to 8.3. And then I will click enter. And then for height, I said 9.3, sorry, 9.3. And then for the height, I would do 8.0, like that. Okay. So this, okay, it's no worries. So right here, this represents basically my tumbler wrap, right? And I would change the color from black to whatever, even though this doesn't matter, because when you're using infusible ink, you're cutting this, right? So the Cricut doesn't know that the infusible ink is not black, right? Okay, so I can look at my box and decide which pattern I want to use. So I just bought some. Let me see if this is. Let's see if this is. Let's see what pattern I want to use. I might just stick with this one. Let me see. I'll stick with this one. So from this box, this pattern is called Rainbow Paint Splash. Rainbow Paint Splash. And I'm using this one right here. Okay. And I think I'll use the word hydrate. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to T for text, and I'll type the word hydrate. And I'm definitely using a system font. I'm not using a Cricut font. So I'm gonna turn on my caps lock and I'm gonna type hydrate. And let's go to one of my system fonts. I want to find something that's kind of big. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want that one. Even though that doesn't look bad. Let me see, Anton. That doesn't look bad at all, Anton. Let's see, ask why. This is always a hard part for me. That's cute. Let's go with ask why. I don't need to keep going. I don't need to keep going. Okay, so let me change the color of this. Let's change it to, I don't know, purple for now. All right, and so then I can make this, you know, bigger, and I can click right here to attach it, and I want to make it taller. I want it to be kind of bigger, right? I like it. I think it's really good. And because I want the words to go, I want the words to follow this seam right here, then I'm going to rotate the words, right? I want it to be vertical. So I'm going to click right here. I have the word hydrate selected. It's hard, baby G. I have the word hydrate selected. I'm coming up here and I'm going to type in 90. And then I'm just move it over here like this. Okay, like that. And I think that looks great. I think it looks great just like that. And I might, you know, even want to make it a little bit taller, a little bit bigger. I want you to really know that I want to hydrate, right? Like that. I think that looks great. So I would also go ahead and click on combine and weld. The reason why I'm welding this is because I want to make sure that I only have 2 layers. And in order to have 2 layers, I need to weld the letters. So I'm going to select both the word hydrate and the rectangle, and then I'm going to slice it. Okay, like that. So I can move this out. I can move all of this out. So all I have left is this. And really, I can just hide this or I can delete it. I really don't need it. Okay. All right, how are we feeling? Hopefully there are 217 likes or more. Deidre, it's hard, right? Thanks, Chris. Gina, y'all feel good? Okay, so we're good. So I will click make. It didn't even ask me if I wanted to save it. That's fine. All right, so I'm using Infusible ink. This is fine. So I'm going to click continue. And we'll see if it's if it's going to connect. Okay, and if it does, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine. All right, so I'm using Infusible ink and it will automatically mirror this for me. So I'm going to put this on the mat. How am I putting this on the mat? How am I going to put this on the mat? Face up. Okay, so I'm going to get this mat, put this on the mat, face up. And while this is cutting, I will be making sure that my tumbler press is heating up. Yes, face up. Like that. And, you know, if you, like I said before, if you want to kind of make sure it's on there really good, go over it with a brayer. Okay. Okay, let me stop sharing. I'm going to press go. I'm ready to plug this up. Put it aside, face up. kind of make sure y'all can see this. I have my Juliet still up here. Got a lot of stuff up here. Let me get another tumbler. Thought I would be having this already heated up, but I didn't. Clean this up a little bit, y'all. It's too much going on right here. So of course, again, I'm gonna feel it. You know, did it cut through? Yes, I feel like it did. Take this out and let me let this start heating up. So now with the Go-To Craft, this tumbler press does require you to have a tumbler inside while it's heating up. And somebody asked the other day, is that, you know, that's weird or that's not normal, but it actually is normal. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I'm going to power this on. The power button is in the back. And right here, there are options. So sublimation tumbler, glass can, custom, ceramic mug. I'm selecting the first option, which is sublimation tumbler. I don't know if y'all can see it really good, but let me kind of scoot it up. Come down a little bit. Hey, ATB marketing. See that? So it's like heating up. And I'm going to use this first one right here. And I'm going to press start, and it's going to start heating up. All right, and while that's heating up, I will be getting my tumbler ready. Thank y'all very much for being here today, spending your afternoon with me. It's very much appreciated. This is not a Cricut mug press. This is a Go-To Craft auto tumbler press. All right, so what I did in that tutorial previously is that I took the big sheet off and I left the letters on. I'm still going to do it that way because I feel like it would be hard for me to try to get these letters lined up straight on a tumbler. And I mean, if y'all can do that, that's great. You better be over there doing your big one. That's just not me. Okay, so I'm going to take this big part off and leave the letters on. All right, so I'm going to just try to do it carefully. I know you can't see my face right now, but don't worry about it. What you need to see is this. Thank you, Diane. I love you too. Thank you so much. Diane, I think all that crying gave me a headache. I didn't even tell my kids I was doing a mystery box. The only person who knew was Peter. I didn't tell Miles. I didn't tell the girls. You see that? I hope this is not too loud. Can you press a 40 ounce tumbler? No, it goes up to 30 ounces. That's a good question though. Okay, so let me make sure y'all understand what I was saying about this. Okay, so look, here is the big piece of the design, and here are the letters. Now I still need to remove, you know, this outer piece, and I also need to remove these little inner pieces right here. So I want to be careful about that. But what I'm going to do first is put this on the tumbler, and then I'll add these inner pieces where they go. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense? So here's my box. Taking the tumbler out of the box. Taking the lid off. Taking the little silicone piece out. I just have the tumbler. By using Infusible Study as your weaving. I ripped it the first time, Bevy Jean, and it was fine. I ripped it the first time I did this. It was fine though. All right, and then, you know, you have to decide, you know, which way you want the letters to go. So if you are, you know, top to bottom person, do it this way. If you're a bottom to top person, do it this way. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it with the letters reading from top to bottom. So I'm just going to take it and wrap it around like this. Now, I like to line mine up with the tumbler face down. So I'm turning my tumbler face down, and I'm just going to try to wrap it as tight as I can. And straight, as straight as I can. So you see how it is right there? I want that seam to be closed. I want that seam to be closed right there. Let me get my do I want to use that? I do. Oh. Let me use this. Just put the tumbler in here so I can kind of get a little bit of support with wrapping it. And I'm gonna have to use some tape. Hey, Donzel. Okay. All right. Let me get some heat resistant tape. So I'm just gonna pull it as tight as I can and try to, I know you can't see this part, but I'm gonna let you see once I get it. I feel like with this process, I use more tape than I. Like, girl, you're using a lot of tape. That's not typical of you. Don't worry about it. I can't see the chat right now, so 1 second, you guys, if you're saying something to me. Give me a few seconds. Trying to tape this as good as I can. Taping is not my... It's not going to be perfect. I can promise you. Promise you that. By the time I finish taping, the tumbler press is going to be cut off. So don't worry about it. All right, this is how I got it so far. Now I got to add those little pieces in between the letters. Let me pick up the little A, this little part right here. I got to stick that in there. This is going to be interesting. Oh, this is going to be great. When I say great, I mean not great, but don't worry about it. Okay, then I need the little R. I want to see y'all try this too. Like that. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. You're going to see my taping. You're going to see my taping. Hey, Kawanda. Good long time no see. My little scrunchie fell off, but I'm going to get it. All right. All right. So this is, I'll probably tape that Y too. See that? So I tape the little pieces from the inside of the letters because I don't really need that, right? I don't need it in the other. I won't need it in the second tumbler. I just need it in this one. And then I'm adding tape anywhere that might pose a ghosting issue. We don't need an issue. We don't want to have an issue. An issue. Not a issue. An issue. How much I think I use more tape with this process than any other process. But don't nobody. Okay, this looks great. See that? Listen, ATB, I need one too, because that's going to be forever till I take my last little nap. The girl taking a dirt nap. Okay, so I did not do a good job of lining it up at the top, but it's going to have to be fine. And I'm not taping the bottom. I don't want to tape it at the bottom. If you tape yours at the bottom, that's great. I'm not taping it at the bottom. I guess I could. I don't want to. That's it. All right, so now I'm going to get some butcher paper. I'll just use the butcher paper from the box. Even though I said I don't do that, I'm getting ready to do it. Don't worry about it. All right, let me just wrap it around. I actually have 2 pieces on there, and I'll just stuff it in here like this. I'm not taping it, Kristen. I don't want to. Tape yours when you do yours. I'm not taping it. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to get this put inside. I got to get some gloves. It might be Rosalind, since you a yellow girl. You yellow belly. All right. Okay, so here's that. Bam. So let me move the table back up so y'all can see the... That's good, Bobby. I'm not doing it. I just don't want to. Okay. All right. Y'all be good bottom tapers. That's great. I think that's really great. I'm going to take this out and just put it right here. And if you're wondering what I put it on, this felt that I got bullied about. All right, I'm just putting it in here. Now, let me tell you, I'd like to do 2 cycles of this, so you're getting ready to see. All right, so I'm going to press start. See that? It's going to close up. And it's going to do 365 for 50 seconds, and then it's going to rotate and then do 365 for 50 seconds again. But I'm going to do that twice. So I'm going to let it go around, do its thing, then go around and do it again. It's on the felt, Rosalind. Okay? It is. All right. And then, do I experience ghosting when I use the oven? I think there's never or rarely ever a time that I don't experience ghosting, Kai. And the problem is me. The problem is me because I don't like to use a lot of tape. Okay? I'm just telling you the truth. Okay, that's it's just the truth. So it's going to rotate, and then it's going to go. See this rotating? Uh-oh. Hold on, get caught. Hold on, stop. It got caught right there because I didn't. It's going to go again. Thank you, Guy. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't think I've ever had like a perfect tumbler. Some of them have been good enough, but nothing has ever made me like, I'm not going to drink out of that. I've never felt that. Okay. So there is that. You know what? I think I'm going to just, with this one, I'm going to keep this on here. I'm going to make the second tumbler. I think the only time I have taped the bottom is the, when I'm using the, see it rotating? When I'm using the, did it rotate good? When I use the HTV Ront, I think I've taped the bottom on those. But if you want to get good, like almost perfect results, do Marilyn's way. Making with Marilyn. She is really good with her tumblers. I'm going to leave this on here. This edge, y'all see this? This edge and this edge right here. I'm going to leave this on here and make this second tumbler. You see how it goes, okay? I want to try that. SDM Randall, that's a preset. That's a preset. Did that go 4 times? Because I don't remember. Did that go 4 times or 3? Hey, Rondrea. 3? Okay. Just kind of move it. I'm gonna rotate it myself. And do one more. Okay. What do you mean, Ruth? There are others that look just like the Go-To Craft. I can't give you any advice on those because I haven't tried them, but you know, I do like this one. Okay. Stop. I'm going to stop it. All right. So for the other one, I know you can't see it right now. I'm just wrapping it around because I'm going to put this one in while we look at that one. Let me take that one out. All right, for this, let me say this. Let me show you this right quick. For this one, I'm not using any tape because I just wrapped it around, okay? So I'm not even gonna use tape. Hey, Kimmy. Hey. I'm not using any tape. I'm gonna just put it in there like this and see how it goes. I'm not using any tape. I'm not even using butcher paper because there's already what is this adhesive on it. I don't think it's gonna go through. Okay, so get ready to see. Hey, Miller. Hey, Teresa. All right, so get ready to press start. If I mess up my tumbler press, I'm gonna blame Patrice. Okay. How long have we been on here? Hour and 49 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, y'all ready to see this one? No, don't do that. Hey, Miller. Don't do that. Get a craft journal, A. Miller. and focus on one thing. It looks so good, y'all. Oh my gosh. See that? Wait, where's my paper? Where's my little paper, y'all? Oh, right here. This is how it looked before the heat. This is how it looked before the heat, right? See how dull it is? See how dull that is? Here comes the hot step up. I'm the lyrical gangster. Still love me like that. Nah, 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 nah. I'm gonna do it one more time. Start. Woo-hoo. Taking all this tape off. This is another reason why I don't like a lot of tape. Who's gonna take all this tape off and who's gonna give me all my tape back? Y'all use a lot of tape. I can't do it. I just don't want to. She's a rebel. Let y'all see it. Oh gosh. So I just cut it. You need to cut it. Okay, now you're doing too much. You're too proud. You know, went through like 72 times. Hey, now. All right. Y'all ready to see it? See it? Y'all ready to see it? See it? See it? See it? Okay, y'all already see it. Money. It makes me laugh. I think about when somebody is shooting a basket and then everybody, like when it's up in the air, everybody like money. And then they miss like brick city, y'all. Brick city. Hold on, y'all. This is why I don't like using all this tape. Oh. Man, you tell me you don't want to use infusible ink, you got to be bananas. What is wrong with you? Look at that. I'm turn it this way. It went 4 times. That's what I wanted, 4 times. Now, what printer did I use? What printer did I use? None. I did not use a printer. I did not use a printer. This is what the infusible ink looked like before the heat. Look at that. It's still good without. all you need is an infusible ink pattern. I suggest using a pattern because, I mean, if you just have a, you know, a tumbler that's just yellow and it says hydrate, it's still okay, but look at the pattern. The pattern makes it more funner or more fun, right? More vibrant. It's pretty. And how hard was that? All I did was type the word hydrate and rotate it. That's it. The butcher paper was in the box. The print was in the box. I used big text, and I measured my tumbler to make sure it would fit all the way around. Right? Patterns, I would say patterns are better. Okay. So if you are afraid to try infusible ink, just give it a try. Even if it doesn't turn out perfect, or you don't, you know, it doesn't turn out the way you thought it would, you're still going to learn something from it. Okay. So I made 2 tumblers with 1 sheet, and I still didn't use the whole sheet. Like if I wanted to be fancy, I'd be like, well, I'm gonna have some earrings to match my tumbler, which would kind of be weird, but whatever, right? If you like to have earrings to match your tumbler, do your thing. Okay. Okay. So that's that. But here's the one. Now let's look at the other one. Now I didn't use any tape, and I didn't use any butcher paper. Okay. I didn't use any tape, and I didn't use any butcher paper. I've only tried the Cricut brand, Barbie. I haven't tried any other brand. That is prettier than the other one. This one is better than this one. Personal opinion, personal opinion, personal opinion, personal opinion. This one is better. Look at how cute. Look at how cute. Isn't this so cute? I like this one better. No ghosting. And I didn't tape it. I did not use one single solitary piece of tape. I did not use one single piece of tape at all. I used no tape. Now, I did not do it like this the first time. I didn't keep I put that little strip in the trash. I kind of wish I would have kept that. And so this is what's left. It took all that color. Now, if you are trying to get infusible ink, I said this. I don't know if you, oh, check the press. I don't know if you were here on that part, but nothing. It's still clean. Okay. If you heard when I said this, if you are looking for some nice patterns of infusible ink, Andrea, yeah, you have to go back to the beginning. I showed some examples previously at the beginning. Okay. What I said was that on the Cricut website right now, because I was on there earlier today, they're having a sale. Don't do any hacks, Pamela. You can do a tumbler in a Cricut mug press. I have done that. I have a tutorial on how to do that. But you know, if your Cricut mug press is still under warranty, you are running the risk of voiding your warranty. So I don't suggest doing that. I don't want to talk about any hacks. I don't want to do. This is for beginners. Okay, so if you look on the Cricut website, they have a lot of them that are on sale. The difference, you know, pay attention to how many sheets come in a box, because some boxes have 2 sheets and some boxes have 4 sheets. So most of the time with your single colors, they come with 2 sheets. And a lot of times with the patterns, they'll come with 4 sheets. But pay attention to that, okay? Yeah, I saw some nice bundles. I saw some really nice bundles for like $65, but you get like 7 or 8 boxes. So that's a deal. But like when you look at the box, so here's a box. This is a box with a pattern, but it only has 2 sheets. This box right here has 4 sheets. Okay. So pay attention to the number of sheets you get in a box. What pattern was the yellow one? Where did I put it? It was this. Patterns Rainbow Splash. Thank you. 4 sheets. I'm always looking for 4 sheets. Rosalind, I ordered another one today because they had the strong grip for $7 in the warehouse. So I was like, I might as well go ahead and get it. I saw that, Sherry. I saw that. And I didn't get it because I'm trying to do better with my spending and I know I don't need it. So I didn't buy it. All right. So how do you do a tumbler with infusible ink? How do you do it? What's the first thing you have to do? Measure the tumbler. What else? Some people lint roll. I didn't. You see me? I didn't. Measure it, right? Then what? What do you put in the Cricut design space? You make a template in the software. You make a template based on your measurements, right? So you saw me measure it. And then when I went into Cricut design space, I made my template based on those measurements, right? And then what? Make your design and then what? You size it, but what did I do with the letters or the word? Before I cut it. Before I cut it. After I added the text. I didn't mirror it. I sliced it. I rotated it and I sliced it, but you have to do what before you can slice it? I did not flatten at all. I did not flatten. I welded. Yes, I had to weld it and then I could slice it because in order to use slice, you remember you have to have 2 layers. So I saw somebody on my video because I made a video about this process. Somebody was like, I can't get my letters to cut out. My letters are not cutting out. If you just attach the letters, that's still not one layer. You have to weld it first and then slice it so that you can get this part. All right. Okay. All right. Good on that. All right. So with infusible ink, I did not need a printer. So remember at the beginning, I said I wanted you to be able to know how Infusible Ink was like sublimation, right? How are they alike? They use the same blanks. They both use high heat. You're going to get vibrant colors. The ink it's not going to fade. The ink, if you're using a shirt, the ink is going to be in the, or whatever fabric, the ink is going to be in the fibers of that fabric. With Infusible Ink and with sublimation, the colors are going to be infused into the fibers, and you should be using white or light colored polyester. Okay, so that's how they are the same. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Now let's look at how Infusible Ink is different. Do we understand how Infusible Ink and sublimation are the same? Do we understand how they're the same first? Doing it on cotton will require a hack, and we're not talking about any hacks. Okay. All right. So that's how they're alike, but they're different because with Infusible Ink, you can't use any images, right? So when I showed you my examples previously, like with this bag, I didn't show you this, but this is one example. I made this with sublimation. Now I could do this part with Infusible Ink and I could do this part with Infusible Ink, but I would need sublimation for this because that will require a lot of layering, right? They both infuse into the fibers of the fabric. Let's look at the Infusible Ink example. So here's like Infusible Ink, right? This is that mermaid pattern. So I use the mermaid pattern to do this. This is Infusible Ink. But if I was using sublimation, right, I can use pictures. So like here's a picture of my family cut into letters. Like we took these pictures at Christmas time. There's our faces with the tree behind us. Hush, Milo. Here's a butterfly, right? So this is sublimation. With sublimation, I can use images, I can use pictures, I can use words, and I can use a combination of words and pictures, right? I have Radiant Rose. So here's another, like a picture, right? Because now just trying to do this with Infusible Ink, it would be a nightmare because with Infusible Ink, I'm using SVGs or cut files. With sublimation, typically you're using PNGs, which are pictures with, a transparent background, or you're using JPEGs, right? So those are pictures that have a background, like a white background. All right. So let's see what else I have in my notes because I want to make sure that you know that. Now with Infusible Ink, I didn't use a printer. I did not use any printer. The ink comes in the box. So there was no printer required. Have you tried their sticker card? No. I'm not a cardstock girly. Okay, I'm not a cardstock person. So I'm not going to just be buying extra. Okay. All right. So with Infusible Ink, you do need a cutter because it's going to be cutting out the design. For the most part, you need a cutter. There are some things you can make without a cutter, but for the most part, you do need a cutter. All right. So how are they different? I have. How are they different? So with sublimation, most of the time, it just depends. You don't really need a cutter, right? So I'm going to sublimate an image and you'll see that I don't really need a cutter for that. And because I don't need a cutter, I don't even really need to use Cricut Design Space. I can use any program that will allow me to print. Okay. But with sublimation, I do need, and write this down, I'm going to need a printer. A specific type of printer. I need a printer that will allow sublimation ink. The sublimation ink that I prefer, let me see if I have it right there. I don't have to go grab it. The sublimation ink that I prefer is the Hippo brand. You can use whatever kind you like. I just like the Hippo brand. You need sublimation paper. You will need blanks, like specific. You can use these same types of blanks. Make market shirts is what I like. You need butcher paper. You're going to need heat resistant tape. I like the Cricut brand. You can use whatever kind you like. I keep it in this little hedgehog right here. And you need some kind of high heat, right? So you're going to need, you know, you don't have to have a heat press, but you definitely need a heat source that's going to reach at least, you know, I would say at least 385. Okay, so you need ink, you need a printer, you need special paper, you need blanks, you need heat resistant tape. You probably will need gloves if you're doing something like this. If you're making a shirt, you don't necessarily need gloves. Okay. You have unlimited colors, but you also, it's going to come with a higher cost, right? Now, if I was ready today, okay, good night, Tammy. Let's say I was ready today to get started with infusible ink. A box of infusible ink potentially costs about $7, right? And then I would need a shirt or some type of blank. If I was just using Cricut blanks, I would say these cost about $6. I would need a heat source and maybe some gloves, right? So the startup for infusible ink is cheap because most of us have a heat source anyway, right? Right? Bueller. Thank you, Ruth. I put that down first. Okay. So I would need a heat source, but the startup is going to be cheap. If I'm going to get started with sublimation, because I need a specific type of printer, most Epson EcoTank printers will work. I have an Epson EcoTank 15,000. That printer cost $600. When I bought it, it was $600. And is worth every dime because it'll print up to 13 by 19. But I also needed to get sublimation paper. I needed sublimation ink. I need sublimation blanks. I need butcher paper. I need heat resistant tape. I need all these specific things to get started with sublimation. Whereas if I haven't tried any of it yet, I still say start with infusible ink. Okay. Infusible ink. Okay. All right. So let's look at doing sublimation on, let's go back to a Cricut coaster again, right? So I'm going to get a Cricut coaster and let me go in the Cricut design space. And I'm looking for an image this time. I don't have to, it doesn't even have to have any words. Let's click on new. Let's click on replace. All right, let me stop. Let me clear that. Let me share my screen. Go to the window. Having a blessed day. I am. Okay, so let me click hide right here. So remember the first time when I got started with the coasters, I looked at I just typed in drinks. This time I'm going to filter my search to look for print then cut images. So right here I clicked on filter and I'm looking for print then cut and I want to see what comes up. So here's a little image, drink up witches. I don't really like that. I don't really like that. Drinks well with others. I could do that. The more the merrier. Many. What is this? What did I say? Let me see what this says. Like, it's hard to read it. You had me at day drinking. I'll go with that. All right, so I can close this out And I can just make this smaller because remember the size of my coaster is 3.75. So I can make this, you know, I want to make sure this is going to fit well on the coaster. So right now, let's make it a little bit bigger. I think that's fine. So there's my image. And honestly, I don't really need a Cricut for this, but I better make something else because that's a lot of wasted paper, right? If I don't use the images for something else. Let me find another image. I'll just make 4 coasters. I'll close this out. Make this smaller. And let's make this smaller too. Milo, hush. We don't even want to hear that kind of noises. We don't even want to do it. We don't even want to do that. I'm going to unlock this and make it a little bit taller. All right, like that. And then it's fine. I'm going to say don't save. And I am going to click print. I got to put paper in my printer because I don't keep paper in my printer. Milo, we're not doing any noises. All right, so I'm going to click continue. And I'm going to click send to printer. And I'm selecting my Epson EcoTank 15,000. I think I just had a delivery. The girl is blind. Don't whoop body. All right. I turn the ad bleed off. You can leave it on. I do turn on use system dialog. I think that's my mystery box. Here we go see. I'm gonna oh wait, cancel. Let me click choose my printer. And I have a sublimation preset. And I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to click print. Okay, and that's what it should look like. I'm going to click print. And I'm going to click done. And while that's, be right back. While that's, yours came today? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to be right back. Milo, we're not doing noise. We're not doing any noise. Mm. Oh. Wow. Not my mini cinch. It's coming. They said before 10. Oh, sorry, Miss Joyce. So this comes with 4 coasters. Oh, this has a little piece of, I don't know what this is, but all of them don't have that on there. All right, so here's my thing about printing a sublimated image. You see the image is not vibrant. You do print it mirrored. I'm going to put this under the heat press and just let it sit there for like 2 minutes. Oh, really? Patrice has that printer. She said it's pretty good. The only reason I didn't get it, Chris, is because of that 8.5 by 11. I think that's the biggest it'll print. I needed something bigger. So I am going to use scissors. Oh, Marlene, my nerves were shot. I'm gonna put this on here. The reason why I put it under the heat press just to make sure the ink is dry. I just always do that. I just always do that. Okay. This is so cute. One of the ladies in my book club loves yellow. She would love to have this. She would love to have it. Yeah, I understand that. Trying to clean up a little bit. It's got a lot going on up here. All right, so I think that's good enough. Now I don't need a cutter for this. I don't need a cutter, right? I can cut this because really all I'm doing is cutting these registration lines off. And I don't even have to cut them, I can tear them. Kathy, did you do a purge? Print some purge files? If anybody's going to be doing a mystery box with me other than Atlanta Vinyl, I think it would be HTV Ron. If any other company was trying to collaborate with me on a mystery box, I honestly think it would be HTV Ron. And I would do it probably. But honestly, I don't want to get into doing too many. Thank you, Susie Q. This file, this is my Believe in God. This is my template. It's on my website and it's also in my Etsy shop. I don't really want to focus on doing more mystery boxes because that takes me away from my purpose. My purpose is teaching, not sales. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the support, and I even like I wrote about gratitude from the Facebook group in my journal this morning. I don't want that to be the focus. I don't want that to be the focus. Mine did too, Kathy, but that's the file. That file is messed up. Because I reached out to Creative Fabrica about that file. Almost everybody's came out orange. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So here's my little blanks. So I'm going to put these on and just do a quick pre-press. Thank you. Karen, you want my opinion? Thank you, Anna. The Go-To Craft, I think it's a great tumbler press. But I think, honestly, I think every tumbler press has its limits, its limitations. The Go-To Craft is perfect. I just think I love it when I'm doing a 20-ounce straight tumbler. It's fast, it's easy. I don't have to think about it. What's the settings and what's the temperature and I don't have to think about any of that. I love that. But it would not be my go-to for mugs. I am not going to lie. It is not my go-to for mugs. So if you prefer, like if you feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of mugs, the Go-To Craft is not it for me. Personal opinion. You can ask Nicole, but do I know? I don't. Um, I don't know. Nicole, I'm gonna try to look it up, okay? Because I have it written down somewhere, but I don't remember. Okay. Kathy, remind me at the end if you're asking about the video that I saved in my printer settings. If that's what you're asking about, remind me at the end, and I will find the link and add it to the chat. All right. So I did pre-press my little coasters, and they're hot. So I'm gonna take the image and I'm gonna just tape it down. Okay. I'm gonna try to tape it down. It's I think the middle I think the middle is I forgot. I don't remember. See how I was getting ready to, it is Live Tuesday, so I could have just made up something. You wouldn't even know. I could have just made it up. You wouldn't have known. Oh no. But I do have my box ready to go to donate to be donated. I have my first container of things to get rid of that I'm donating. You did, Kathy? Thank you. Y'all, we about to land this plane as soon as I finish these little coasters. All right, then I'll put butcher paper on top. I like to get my butcher paper from Sam's Club. Let me show you what it looks like. A lot of you have seen this plenty of times. So I'll pull it out. It looks like this. And if you feel like, you know, I don't have a Sam's Club membership, but you have a cousin who has a Sam's Club membership, you also have a Sam's Club membership, okay? This is 1,000 feet of butcher paper. It's back there with the aluminum foil and the Reynolds wrap and all that stuff. That's where this is, back there with that. So on the shelf, when I bought this, it was 20 something, maybe 21, 22. They're close to $30 now. But I love this one. I love this. I love it so much that I have another one down there at the bottom, and I have one that's almost used up. And I wouldn't be showing you this if I didn't, because when I tell y'all stuff, y'all go buy it all up, then I can't find it. Okay? All right. Okay, so this is the butcher paper that I buy from Sam's Club. It's called table covering butcher. What did I say? Butcher wrapping paper. $29.99. Okay. All right. So from my very first roll, years and I have one down there. I think I also have one in here. This is all I have left, and I bought this 3 or 4 years ago. This will be the closest I've ever come to using one up. This had to be. I'm pretty sure I bought this in 2021. Okay. So that's what this is. I don't know, Chris. You know, did you ever hear my Costco story, Chris? So I'm pressing those 400 degrees for 60 seconds. Let me cut this off. We had a Costco membership. Went in there one time. It was so crowded. Peter gave the whole card, the whole membership to my brother-in-law. Like, this is your card now. It's very, very crowded. And we can't do crowds like that. This is just so, I don't know why there were so many people and there was a whole bunch. It was a lot of people. I just think that all the people on the earth were in there that day. Like everybody from everywhere, from every country, every walk of life. Everybody and their mother and their children and their grandmother and their great grandparents. They were all in there that day. And that was too much. We've never been back since. Okay. True story. Everybody. I honestly think that some people got up from their grave and went in that day. Like, you're looking gray. Your skin is looking gray at this moment. I don't even think you were alive. How did you get out of the casket and come in here? Because I promise you, The Walking Dead was in Costco that day. There's nobody that can tell me different. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I'm just telling you the truth. Okay, I couldn't do it. All right, so this was 400 degrees for 60 seconds. You saw the images beforehand, and this is what it looks like now. Me too. I don't even stand in line at Sam's. Okay. Look how cute that is. Look at the colors. That's what's left. See, that's sublimation, Infusible ink wouldn't have been able to do this. Where was I going to get the colors from? Okay, so there's that one. Here's this one. So, you know, I like to say if you're starting with infusible ink, start flat. Even if you're starting with sublimation, start flat. Start with these. These are not expensive. If you mess up one, you still have 3 other blanks to mess up, right? You see what I'm saying? Start easy. Don't start with a hack. If you're using a craft journal, write that down. Don't start with a hack. Bobby, I got these right out of Cricut Design Space just now. Okay. And then last one is this. And this is what was left. Okay. The images were in Cricut Design Space. I just typed in drinks. Okay. Thank you. I got to sneeze. I feel like I got to sneeze. Your teeth are showing. Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't know what's making me sneeze, but thank you. Okay. Rosalind, did you want one of these tumblers? One of these, because I know yellow is your color. Did you want one of these tumblers? Thank you. JC Productions, which one do you want, Rosalind? Do you want the full wrap or the did you want this one or the one that's not a full wrap? Thank you. Martha, I would if I knew what they were. I don't. You're trying to look it up. I don't. The four, okay. Let's see if it's in this journal. Y'all, I don't remember. I tried to start writing my colors down. Just got lost. See, I wrote trust in God. Shoot. Oh, you did put them in there? Okay, let me say what about this heat press. I think it's a matter of personal preference. First of all, let me say with the auto heat press 1, the first one that ever came out like this, the very first version, it only went up to 99 seconds. And I think that was a problem. So then they redid it and it went up to like 199 or something like that. I had the one that went up to 99 seconds. I gave my son the option to have any heat press in this whole craft room. I said, you can have that one. You can have that one. You can have my StarCraft. You can have any heat press. He wanted the first auto heat press 1. I never had a problem with that heat press. I actually thought it was quite nice. I love it, especially for DTF transfers, because let's just say, I'm just making this up. Let's pretend this is a DTF transfer. Instead of having to use the oven, I could just put the transfer on the heat press and just let it, let the powder cure right there. So that was fantastic. I loved it for that. I never, ever, ever, ever complained about that heat press. There was nothing that I disliked about it. The only thing that I would have changed if I could have was the amount of time that it went up to. I should have, Colette, but I didn't. With this one, what I like is that, you can pull the tray out further. So it comes out, I don't know, you probably can't tell, but it comes out further than the other one. And then you can control the pressure. I love the fact that it heats up really fast. I think that's phenomenal. Now I am doing a collaboration with HTV Ront, and I was supposed to start today. We're gonna have to start tomorrow, but they have something going on where I won't be able to explain it well. I did not look at it good enough to explain it, but I will be able to explain it tomorrow. I will be on live tomorrow for Romeo Wednesday, and I'll be unboxing the new HTV Ront manual hat press, and I'll be doing a giveaway. But the giveaway really is for the members of my Facebook group. So I'm sorry. Of that. So I'll have more information about the deals they have going on right now, their Easter promotion. Okay. I like that heat press. I think it's great. I think it's a fantastic deal. I don't think you can go wrong with it. I don't have a problem with the pressing pad. Some people, like to switch theirs out. I haven't had a problem with that one. Okay. I think that was about it in terms of what I wanted you to know. Do you know how infusible ink and sublimation are alike? Do you know how they are alike? Oh yeah, you know what? I never even do that. I forgot about that. I forgot that was even an option, Kathy. I forgot about that. Okay, and do you know how infusible ink and sublimation are different? Do you know how they're different? The main difference is with infusible ink, you can't use what? You can't use pictures, Chris. And with sublimation, you have to have a printer. You can't use pictures with infusible ink, and with sublimation, you have to have a printer. You have to have a lot. It's a big startup cost. But once you get going, you're fine. Okay. All right. I think I'll do these as giveaways instead of my little logo. And I think we'll be fine with that. Okay. I will do these as giveaways. All right. How's that? How y'all feel about that? These and where's mine? Now, what did I do with the first one? Now, what did I do with my first coaster? Oh, right here. Okay. You think so, JC Productions? I don't think so. JC Productions, I love infusible ink. I mean, and when I say love, I mean, I really do love it. I love it because the startup for using infusible ink is low, the startup cost, and it's going to give you a good idea of how sublimation works. And as a crafter who has done a lot of different crafts with infusible ink, this is your starting point. I don't think that anybody should just jump right into sublimation, because a lot of times there are so many other factors that come into play with printer settings and ink and colors and paper and blanks. And there's a lot of knowledge that comes with getting started with sublimation, and people get so confused and they quit, or they put the wrong ink in the printer and they, get frustrated. I think starting with infusion is, I will always have that as my suggestion. I love it. I love infusible ink. I love it so much, Cricut should pay me to tell how much I love it. I'm just telling you the truth. I think you're going to get vibrant images, and I just think it's just so good. It's a great way to start. And it makes people feel like they don't have to be in a rush. Like, I got to have a dedicated printer for sublimation. I got to have paper. I got to have ink. I got to have blanks. I got to have butcher paper. I got to have, all these things. And it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Okay. That doesn't require research. Yes, it's more affordable. It's the big startup to get started with sublimation. The first thing is the printer. And I have a big printer and I still use it. I still use it. I don't just do it for y'all. I use it for myself. Okay. Anyway, so did we accomplish our goal to compare and contrast Infusible Ink and Sublimation? What I want you to know is how they are alike, but I also wanted you to know how they were different. Oh my gosh, yes. Do you know how they're alike and how they're different? Okay, that's my main thing. I really wanted you to have a clear understanding of that. If you came in late, and I mean late, like I started at 1:15. If you came in after that where you missed me showing examples of how I used Infusible Ink and how I've used sublimation, please go back and watch that part. I did also explain how Infusible Ink and sublimation were different. I feel like I did go into detail about that. So yes, Anna, yes. Anna, you know what? I'm gonna send you this other tumbler. Okay, and wait a minute. Hold on, Anna. This Live Tuesday. Hold on, Anna. Hold on, Anna. I lied. Anna, are you in the United States? Because Anna, sometimes I lie. The girl is a liar. She lies on Tuesdays. Anna, are you in the United States? Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Let's put some truth in it. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Anna, are you in the United States? Hold on, Anna. Hold on, Anna. I might have just lied to you, okay? We on Fake News Tuesday, okay? Hold on, Anna. Is Anna in the United States? Because if she's not, baby, she won't be getting a tumbler. I'm not sending nothing to the Netherlands. She said yes. Okay, Anna. All right, now this is my that's my email address. Send me your mailing address here in these great United States of America. Okay, we're great, but if you're not in the United States, don't email me talking about what Delonda, what you said. I don't want to hear nothing about what I said because that was a lie. Okay, all right, all right. Let me see what she said. Let me see. Hold on. Where's she at? I don't even see her comment anymore. She might be gone. She might just be like, you know what? I can't take it. Anna, I didn't see her confirm anything. If she didn't, it's fine. I can give it to the lady in my book club. It's fine. All right, we're going to do these coasters. We accomplished our goal. Let me let y'all say bye to him. See about road rage. Do not engage in road rage. Do not engage in road rage. Let me put on some Vaseline on my lips so y'all could understand me. I think sometimes y'all can't understand because I don't have Vaseline on my lips. Y'all be somebody she over there looking like Chris Rock. Don't worry about it. If I look like Chris Rock, where rather you look like Chris Rock? From New Jack City. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do not engage in road rage. Do not engage in road rage. It's not worth it. People are going through stuff. People get angry and frustrated and tired and hungry. Sometimes you're just hangry. Sometimes you're just hangry. Like I had to give them the right finger of fellowship because I was hangry. We don't need anybody to have any right fingers of anything, okay? We don't need to give them our thoughts about why they need to use a blinker. None of that, Okay, they don't care about your thoughts about why they need to use a blinker. Okay, do not engage in road rage. It is not worth it. People will end your life and keep on driving, and they will go straight to Popeyes and get a 2-piece Tuesday and eat and just pretend like you didn't exist. Okay, we don't need it. Okay, all right. So your eyes on the road. When you leave your house, your goal is to do what? Get back to your house. Okay, I like getting 2-piece Tuesday just as much as the other person. Spicy at that. Okay, you like 2-piece Tuesday or no? Anna did too. Okay, all right, good. All right, here we go. Y'all be doing too much. Okay, here's the first coaster. We're gonna the giveaway word is going to be. I'll tell you. I'll type it in. Let's go over here. We're gonna go to the giveaway tool. Now, if I didn't say this before, you have 48 hours to claim your prize. If you don't claim your prize within that time, then you don't have a prize. Deco Summit. I don't really go to. I have not been invited to any Deco Summit. I don't. When is it? Where is it? Nobody has invited me to that. Let me put my banner up. Not that one. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everyone. You have to be in the United States. Martha Jordan. Congratulations, Martha Jordan. I'm writing that down. Congratulations to Martha Jordan. Writing that down. Martha Jordan, this is my email address. Okay, that's my email address. Let's get to the next word. The next word is lemon. You can go ahead and type that in, LEMON. Start collecting comments, present, share screen. Lemon. That's the word, lemon, lemon. Okay. U.S. residents. And that is for this one. That says, you had me at day drinking. It's for that one. Okay. I need to put sticky notes on this so I don't forget. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everyone. 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 Kai Smith. Kai Smith. All right. Congratulations to Kai Smith. Kai Smith, this is my email address. That is my email address. The next one is for this, drinks well with others. And the word you're going to type in is, hold on one second, let me pull it up. Blue. Blue. Am I sharing my screen? Present, share screen, giveaway, share, start collecting. Blue. Good luck to everyone. 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 All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Naturally lovely. I love that. Naturally lovely. All right. This is my email address. Naturally lovely. And the last one, congratulations to Naturally Lovely. The very last one is this. I have mixed drinks about feelings. And for that, the word is, let me go ahead and type it in. We are almost at the end, you guys. The word is ink. The word is ink. The word is ink. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Like that. Okay, ink. Congratulations to everyone who has already won. Good luck to potential winners. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everyone. 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 Kathy Carr. Kathy Carr. I know you have my email address. I'm going to give it to you anyway. Congratulations to Kathy and congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to everyone. Let me stop sharing. Let me make it clear that I've already said you have 48 hours to claim your prize. And 48 hours really does mean 48 hours. If you don't claim your prize within that time, then you forfeit your prize. Claiming your prize just means that you are going to email me your mailing address, and your address has to be in these United States of America. Thank y'all so much for being here today. If you forgot to like the video on the way in, please remember to like the video. I would appreciate that. I am going to post a link to that video tutorial. I'm going to do that right now. But thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you more than I can express. And I'm thankful that you have chosen to spend your afternoon with me. I will be live tomorrow again with my Romeo and the manual hat heat press from HTV Ront. And I'll be giving you more information about the promotions that they have that have already started, that I should have started today, but I'll tell you more about it tomorrow when I read it and I can comprehend. Honestly, to be honest, I have a really bad headache. I think it's because I've been crying so much and nothing has calmed that yet. So hopefully it'll be gone by later. But thank y'all so much for being here today. And if nobody has told you they love you, I love you. Thank you so much. Let me let you say name of the RS. What's the name of the RS? What do they mean RS? Mighty not. Oh, the rhinestone? I don't know. Let me see if I have it in this number right here. Martha, somebody said they put somebody said they put the No, I don't remember. Somebody said they put the colors in already. I don't remember. Stop, Milo. You hurt my feelings. Let me see what's in there. I found everything else but that. Hold on. Joy in God. Nope. Somebody else had the colors. I don't remember. I don't remember. Sorry. I'm gonna say bye to the people. Let me add this tutorial right quick, Milo. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't remember the colors. Thank you, Deidre. Okay, the mystery box. I mean, not the mystery box. The sublimation tutorial, just to get the colors. Content. Sublimation. It was, goodness gracious. It was, oh, it's this one right here. Shareable link. Oh, Martha Jordan, she gave the colors. There you go. Here's the tutorial though, how to set and save sublimation. What was it called? Sublimation printer settings. Sublimation. I love you too, Kathy. All right, here. Let me let y'all say bye to Milo. Thank you, Anna. I love you too. Say bye to the people. You want to say bye to the people? You want to say bye to the people? You want them to see your lips or no? You were barking at the door. If I say the WANT word, watch his ears. Do you want? He understands that word more than anything. Do you want? What do you want in a tree tree? It's a tree tree. It's Aunt Wanda's birthday. You want to do the extended version of the birthday song? Happy birthday, blah, 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 blah. Happy birthday. No? You look like a monkey and you smell